Dakar is a legend, the race.
Dakar is special because it's an event since more than 45 years.
The race is so hard. You are alone in the desert.
Sometimes I ask myself this too, why I do this and why I put myself through this self-inflicted pain and torture. The more that you suffer and overcome things along the way, it means so much more when you win or when you get that result you was searching for.
The shifting sands of Saudi Arabia's empty quarter lie in wait in 2022. With the tools, tyres and torture of the marathon stages, the unknowns of the road book for the way to go, and the unrelenting demands on the body and soul of all competitors, who has the right stuff to succeed? The final countdown to the desert is underway, and nowhere has the preparation been more intense than for some of motorsport's most famous names. Audi's Dakar adventure has been taking shape all year. Its all-new RSQ e-tron rally car, with its groundbreaking electric power unit and highly efficient energy converter, has been put through its paces in the hands of past winners Stefan Peter Hansel and Carlos Sainz, as well as Matthias Ekström. They've been testing performance and reliability in various locations. The Swedish star and his co-driver Emil Bergqvist completed their final checks in Germany.
This place in Neuburg is what we call the startup room. This is where all the race cars first get fired up after being assembled.
It's the first time that Audi Sport is going in this category, so it's very different that we are used to. The toughest race in the world, and then to design a car to go there, it's really a challenge, and it's a new challenge for all of us.
To be able to call this car office is cool, basically. So, no, I feel really honored to be a part of this program, and I'm really looking forward to be at the start line of the Dakar.
What I look forward to the most is actually to start the first real stage. When you stand on the start line and you know it's a long, hard stage in front of you, you feel the heart is pumping, and then really to hit full gas and just do our best.
It's been the same process for Stefan Peter Hansel and his co-driver Edouard Boulanger, trying to feel at home in a completely new environment.
The car is really young. It's only 4 months that the car is on the wheel. So we are not so afraid in terms of performance. We are actually more working on reliability than performance.
Carlos Sainz will be starting his 16th Dakar rally, but his first for Audi Sport. And he's prepared for one of the toughest challenges of his exceptional career.
In the dunes, the car is really good. I think it's a car that in the future for sure will be fighting for the victory. The engineers at Audi, they have been making really a huge effort. The challenge is really big. We are all super motivated to make this thing happen.
From the electricity of a new venture to the energy of a young team looking to establish themselves as genuine Dakar contenders, the Red Bull Off-Road Junior team features 4 drivers, ranging in age from 19-year-old Seth Quintero to 30-year-old Cristina Gutierrez, newly crowned winner of the World Cup for cross-country rallies for the lightweight T3 category. In between, there's American Mitch Guthrie Jr. and Guillaume de Mévius making his Dakar debut, following in the wheel tracks of his father, Grégoire, who finished 8th on debut 20 years ago.
The advice I give when you see the winners is not always the guy who is fastest.
Everybody told me you need to be careful, it's going to be long, it's going to be difficult for sure. I heard everything, but I don't know yet because I need to live it to understand it.
Dakar's one of those where you really got to change your mindset. You got to go fast enough to win, but you got to go slow enough to finish. And that's obviously really hard for all of us. I mean, we're used to 200, 300, 400, 500 mile races, and you're usually driving pretty hard for most of it. And yeah, I mean, having 500-mile days back to back to back to back, it messes with you mentally. And yeah, just got to be one of the safest drivers out there, not necessarily the fastest.
My mentality from the beginning is very hard, but each year you learn a lot. So I try to be calm. Each day that I have problems, this type of mentality is better to do my best.
It's all experience, I guess. Whoever has the most experience. So you have guys like Nasser and them that have
done Dakar so many times. They've been through all the different scenarios. And when people ask me, like, how do you prepare? The main thing is racing.
This is important to help the new generation, like Sat, He was with me in Dubai for 3 days, and I gave him one chance, to drive the T1 Plus, and he was so happy. I see really from his eyes, he's really fired.
I think we're all pretty well prepared for this year's Dakar. I mean, Mitch has 2 Dakars under his belt. Guillaume is pretty new to it, but he's done a lot of rally raids. Even last year he did a lot of rally. But I think who's most prepared and best suited is Christina, obviously. I think she has 5 or 6 Dakar finishes under her belt now. And yeah, she has a lot of experience, and she's always an amazing driver and a fun one to battle with. So excited to get him back out there, and hopefully one of us can bring home this year.
Taking care of the small things can lead to big achievements on the Dakar. KTM Factory Racing have proved that with their unrivaled record of 18 consecutive wins, which is driving their motivation to regain the title they last won with Toby Price in 2019.
It's not nice to lose the race after so many wins, but it's always a lot of unknowns, because in the desert everything can happen really quick. We did some testing the last weeks, and we have positive feedbacks from the riders, and everybody is confident to go to race, and they are quite happy, and I think excited to race the new bike. Well, now it's last week before Dakar, so we're loading the trucks, we're preparing bikes. As you can see, all the guys are busy with the trucks, with the motorhomes, campers. It's a lot to do for the riders. All the assistance vehicles have to be with all the spare parts for the bikes. A lot of work to do. Everybody putting a lot of hours into the project, so everybody's very motivated to achieve the goal and win the next year again.
The Dakar doesn't distinguish between young and old, cars or bikes, trucks or side-by-side vehicles. Living the dream can be a nightmare at times. Cool heads are called for in the heat of a desert battle. There's never a perfect rally, but precision preparation separates the winners from the wannabes. Ready or not, the Kingdom of Sand is calling, because the world's greatest dune raiders are ready to rumble.
When you're at the start of a Dakar, there's so much ahead of you. So many days, so many kilometers, so many situations, getting lost, getting maybe a crash, who knows what, but there's plenty coming. And it's almost like a too big a task to imagine doing in one bite, So I think you have to prepare as best you can so that whatever comes your way, you're ready for it.
It's a smell of adventure in the best landscape in the world.
People ask me when you will win. I said, okay, now I think maybe the right time, to win.
My personal goal for Dakar is to finish every day and to finish the rally.
When I was young, my dream was to race in the Dakar, and now I'm racing there.
Dakar has been more because it's the most difficult race in the world.
I want to be the first rider to win Dakar with 2 different brands.
Of course, there's that goal to try and win on the gas and be the first kind of guy to win on 2 different colored bikes.
From my performance side, I'm right now one of my highest level.
I still feel I can do well. I still feel I have the speed to win the race.
The goals are always high. You go to the race to win.